Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the Sharp Angle Show. It's a beautiful Saturday in college football, week 4, and we're coming at you with the latest and the greatest information, picks, and plays that we've got here at Sharp Angle. Stevie's ready to go down to New Orleans. We got Smitty Buck. This is his 17th podcast and show to do in the last 12 hours. Are you hanging in there with us, Smitty? We good?
I'm doing okay. Trying to stay a little dry, a little tropical storm going through Northern Virginia right now. So I'm going to stay inside and try to win some cash today.
Here's how good Smitty is. We've even got a baseball play, Best Bet. He was on fire, undefeated on Best Bets Baseball this week, by the way. You guys need to check it out. Sharp Angle Syndicate. Use promo code NBW20. You'll save 20% when you sign up today. Let's get it started down around the Big Easy. And Stevie, what are we looking at? What's on your big board today? What do folks need to pay attention to this morning and afternoon?
Oh, well, there's a lot of traps out there today, guys. Y'all got to be careful. There's some funny looking lines, and everybody seems to be diving right for them. And like I say, I always say nothing's 100%, but we've had a lot of success fading these spots over the years, and we're seeing some definite I call it casino bait out there. They baiting the public to come get some of this free money, and it turns out to be not so free. So that's what I just want to let everybody know. Beware those numbers that look too good to be true today, because there's a few of them out there.
What's the rat trap? You got a big rat trap that you can let the folks in on?
Well, I wasn't going to release it on the video, but I'm going to do it this time.
Here we go.
I'm going to give y'all the freebie on the bingo card. Clemson is definitely the play. Everybody and their mama thinks Florida State. See, the problem is people focus too much on the number on the left of the team instead of the number on the right of the team. And that's what's happening with this game. They see Florida State ranked, what are they, 4th? They number 4 team in the country, and they lay in less than a field goal. So everybody says, oh, that's free money. How can this be? This line, look, this is easy money. Not so fast, as Mr. Corso likes to say. Clemson's the play in this game for sure, guys.
Now, Dabo may hate NIL. He may hate the transfer portal, but he hasn't forgot how to coach football. And these are the games that Clemson typically really shines in. And they've played a lot more of them recently than Florida State has. So we'll see how that goes. Let's go back up to Smitty Bucks. And what are you looking at? What's rolling through this morning?
Yeah, I'm on that game too. I'm on Clemson. I got them +2. I kind of agree with Stevie. I think a lot of people like that Florida State team. Travis had a shoulder problem last week. Now, it's not the throwing shoulder and everything like that. They have a couple guys out. They get one back on the offensive line. I just sent it out to some people. They have another guy on the offensive line that's sitting out. I think their safety's out. I think it's a good spot for Clemson. I mean, this is a team that has been the powerhouse in the ACC. And I know Florida State's talented. They have great wide receivers, Bell, Coleman, Wilson. But I think this is a spot that's a really – I think Dabo's going to really enjoy this, not being a favorite. When's the last time they weren't favorite? Probably at home. I mean, it's crazy. I get the ball to Shipley. I think Clemson's okay. I'm on that game too. I really like Clemson today.
Smitty, you're up there where the weather's coming through today. Bands of rain, some high wind. How do you factor that in on your capping? Do we have some games today that you think that might play a role in?
Yeah, there was a couple. The Temple Miami game was one I kind of marked down. I didn't play it. There's some. I did take the UConn. I gave that out. I posted that today. I did them in a teaser. I do have about 3 teasers, and I know people can't stand teasers in college football, but I don't care. I do whatever I want to do.
You are the teaser king, and you will wear the crown proudly.
Yeah, I do that. So I did take UConn up to 28.5 today. I think that game's going to be, I don't know if that's going to get, that team's going to beat them by 28.5 points. It's Duke. Duke has a good look ahead spot. I think they have Notre Dame next weekend. I matched that with South Carolina. I like South Carolina today. I think they'll play well. I got them at +0.5 in that. So that's one of my teasers in that. But there's a couple. I mean, one, and it's out in Wyoming. Appy State's heading out there, Wyoming. That's really windy out there during the day. Kind of calms down a little bit. It's a night kick, but just keep an eye on that. But I kind of like that Wyoming team too. That's a good spot. I'm not on that game yet, but that is one that might be on my board for a spot later today.
Yeah, and we may or may not at Sharp Angle Syndicate have some thoughts on that Wyoming game. You guys need to check it out, sharpanglesyndicate.com. Again, save 20%, all of our already unbelievably, I'm going to say it out loud, cheap. We're cheap. You get incredible value. We're a value play. NBW20 will save you 20% when you sign on today. Stevie, I want to go back to the weather discussion. Everybody, I think, not everybody, but a lot of casual people, they go, oh my gosh, it's raining. A lot of sports investors go, oh my gosh, it's windy. What do you factor in more, particularly if we're looking maybe at a total that will affect it weather-wise?
Rain and snow doesn't really affect a total, in my opinion. I've seen when I was young at this, and one time I remember Denver was playing the Raiders in Mile High Stadium on a Sunday night game. I think it was a Sunday night game, and it was 0-0 with, I'm guessing, maybe like 2 minutes and change to go. And the total was like somewhere in the mid 40s. And I'm sitting there with this old timer, a good friend of mine, and I said, they might not score 21 in this game. He says, well, that bet, son. So I bet him 500. And at the time, 500 was a big bet for me. I mean, I'm like 21 years old. So I bet him 500. Well, needless to say, it was 7-7 at halftime. They each scored a touchdown before half, and the game flew over. I said, well, I learned one thing today. Snow don't slow them down. So snow and rain does not affect totals. Now, wind is a totally different story because it affects every part of the game. It affects kicking. It affects passing. So it's just huge. When you see wind over 15 miles an hour, you should take notice because that's a big factor in totals. But as far as wind and rain, I think it hurts the defense more than it does the offense, to be honest with you. So
yeah, offense knows where they're going. They know what the route is going to be. They're a little more prepared. The defense is reactionary. I think I heard this week, and I'd love to give a hat tip and credit, but I can't remember who I heard it from. So we'll just say from somebody a hell of a lot smarter than me. And one of the rules of thumb in the NFL on totals with wind, big line of demarcation, like you said, Stevie, 15. When it hits 20, that's good for about 3 points. That'll take a 38.5 down to a 35.5. So if you're seeing some games this weekend, and the wind is projected to be in that range, factor that in. I want to run an ugly game alert by you guys real quick. I was looking at this yesterday. It's down here in the Lone Star State. Sam Houston State. Sam Houston just moving up a division, taking on Houston. Now, Sam Houston is not in Houston. That's in Huntsville, Texas. That's where they have the state prison, so you don't want to go there. But Sam Houston has not scored a touchdown this year. Not last week, this year. They've got 3 points. The total is 37.5. I think this could absolutely be a dead under, guys. What are you thinking here? Houston hasn't played that well offensively either. Donovan Smith, the Texas Tech transfer, just above 50% right now passing. I think this thing could easily be played in the upper 20s, I think, for a total. What are y'all thinking? Anything?
I'm on this game. I'm giving this out. And I had 3 teasers. This is one of my teasers. I took them up to 17 points. I'm not sold on Houston at all. I think the defense is good. Like you said, the offense isn't good. It's a very low total. I'm going to take it way up to 17 points, and I'm matching it with Pitt. A lot of people like Pitt. Pitt listen, I was on Pitt last week. I don't know what happened to that quarterback. He better get it back. It looks like he's Chuck Knobloch. He can't throw a ball right now at all, and I don't understand that because he was great at BC, got hurt. And, the best thing I saw on Twitter last week was 2 weeks ago, he got booed at Pitt and he kind of criticized people. Last week, didn't even take the podium to talk. And somebody called him out and they went, well, he's a kid. And the guy goes, he's a kid. He's been in school for like 9 years. Could be a doctor. So here's the thing, man up, show up tonight. Mac Brown loses these weird games sometimes. I'm not saying Pitt's going to beat him. I like the spot in a teaser for Pitt. So I'm going to take Pitt up to 13. I'm going to take Sam Houston State up to plus 17, and we're going to match them in a teaser.
There you go. We'll see what.
Maybe he's been partying with Stetson Bennett too much. Maybe that's the problem.
There you go.
Perry Ellis at Kansas too. They're all coming together here. So
all right, one quick lap around. Stevie, we'll start with you. Final thoughts as we get ready to go off. The first round of games kicking off here in a little less than an hour.
Guys, I mean, I think we feel good about this weekend. I got some pretty strong college plays. We just gave a couple away. we got a few more, and I feel pretty good about tomorrow's card. I mean, there's nothing that really, that I feel is a huge play tomorrow, but we got a few strong likes. Last Monday night we had Pittsburgh big. That was our big play of the week. We cashed with that, and that made the week. Like I always tell people, I don't tell you how to bet your money. You go to work and earn your money, but when we give a play, I don't put 100 stars and all of that bullshit behind it to try to make people over bet their bankroll, but we'll tell you when we really like something and when we think you should step out a little.
As Dion says, we got the receipt.
Got Monday night and it turned out to go in our favor, and we'll always tell you when this week. So get on board. It's a good deal. So that's all I have to say.
And that's all I've got to say about that, said Forrest. Smitty, what you got? Anything?
Yeah, I gave out some team points overs last week. I went 3-1. So I did 4 again. I'm going to throw them out here really quick. I mean, like Stevie just said, do whatever you want to do. I mean, fade me, play me, pass on it. I don't care what you do. I'm playing them. I'm going to go TCU over 34.5. This is a team, they've scored 42, 41, 36. I like this. Now, SMU's not a bad team, but I think this game could get up and down a little bit. So I'm going to take the over 34.5 minus 125 on that. USC, oh man, this team just throws points. They want this kid to win the Heisman. Hasn't happened since the 70s, back-to-back Heisman. They're coming off a bye week. Arizona State's not good. I think USC, it's over 47.5. I got it earlier in the week. I love it. I'm going to take it. UL Lafayette against Buffalo. Man, Buffalo, where's my notes on this really quick? Buffalo's given up 38 to Wisconsin, 40. I've said it like that on every spot I've done. 40 to Fordham and 55 to Liberty last week. I think Lafayette over 34.5 is a really good play. And I laid a little juice on Tennessee over 37.5, but they're coming off a really bad performance against Florida last week. And UTSA, it's just not the UTSA team I thought they were going to be. And you can look at the first 2 games and think they slowed people down, but they gave up 37 to Army last week. I think it's a tough spot. I think Tennessee is going to want to put some points on the board. I really like that. I might add something for the site later. I got a couple, but I'm just going to give out a couple more. I like Ohio State tonight, and I can't believe I'm saying that as a Michigan fan, but I like Ohio State, but I'm doing the money line on it. I'm going to just play it safe. The minus 3.5 with the hook scares me a little bit. I know the quarterback, you look at the quarterback play, Hartman's better than the kid from Ohio State. I just think they have more weapons on offense. I think Ohio State's going to be okay. I played that. One of my favorite plays is Middle Tennessee State money line. I got it at minus 150 against Colorado State. I think it's a tough spot for Colorado State. They were in such a big game last week against Colorado, and they should have won the game. Now they have to travel. You had guys that were taking cheap shots. Now they're getting death threats and everything like that. I think Middle Tennessee State's a good team. I think it's a tough spot. I really like the money line on that. And that's one of my favorite plays of the weekend. I might add one for the site, but again, baseball bet, check it out. I'm hit 3 in a row again. I'm doing great things in Major League Baseball. Keep following me on that. I'm not stopping. I have people telling me, why are you still gambling baseball? Well, why wouldn't I be gambling baseball? I'm winning. We're going to keep doing it. Check us out at Sharp Angle Syndicate.
There you go. SharpAngleSyndicate.com, promo code NBW20. It'll save you 20%. We'll be with you guys all throughout the day, and we'll be hitting you hard tomorrow in the NFL. Hold on. Stevie's not done.
I want to throw out one. I'm not a big team total guy, but I'm going to give one out on here. I think Oregon over 45.5 team total. I don't think Colorado can stop running water. Oregon may score every time they get the ball on that weak defense. I think
that was on my card too, CV. I wanted to keep it at 4 plays. That was probably my 5th game, and I just missed. Yeah. I think that's a good play. I think that game. I don't see Colorado stopping them.
Great psychological point here too for Bo Nix, Oregon quarterback. This is a high-profile game. This is a showcase game for him if he wants to have any shot at a Heisman Trophy. and Phil Knight is marketing like that and spending like that, he's got to put up numbers. Dan Lanning knows it, so that always plays a little bit of a role. All right, you guys check us out, sharpanglesyndicate.com. We got a big Sunday coming up for you, and the day is just getting started. For everybody involved, I'm Ryan Hyatt. We'll see you soon. Sharp Angle.